Well, hello, good morning. Come on in. I'd love to show you my craft room today. When you come into my home, these are your greeters. This is Katie and this is Lucy. Oh, Lucy, hi. There's Lucy, hi. This is a wonderful thing about our home. I just love it. You go up, you go to family, and you go down, and you go down to business. So no one ever has to see my living space. And before I get started, I'll introduce you to our guest of honor. Our guests of honor are these darling little puppies. Look at that. Lucy had 4 female puppies only 2 weeks ago. Now look at that one laying on her back. Isn't that adorable? They are so sweet. I think it's going to be so hard to say goodbye to them. So here we go. There's the stairs where we came down. And then this is my room. Look at this. I will give you a quick scan. Well, maybe we'll just start. Okay, this is a wonderful bookcase. I'm so thankful for it. It holds all my retired stamps in there. This bookcase was in our pastor's office, and when he redecorated his office, I inherited one of those bookcases. All right, here we go. You can just see I have a hard time getting rid of some. All right, this is where I hang customer orders. And then we have this wonderful little display that was given to me by my sister, and thought it would be a fun addition to my wall to hook up some cards that were current. This is my card rack. Can you believe all these cards? Let's get a little closer. Another blessing, I was at an Office Max store and they were clearancing off their cards. And so I asked what they were going to do with this display rack. And they said they weren't sure. I says, well, if you're going to get rid of it, I would be interested. And they gave it to me for free. So that was a huge blessing. I supply cards to 2 different stores. And then there's another one coming. So I also sell these out of my home. I have a lot of ladies that will pop over and say I need a card. So that's wonderful. Here's my new banner. Don't you just love it? That is the header for my blog. And what I did then is I took some 3D flowers that I found at Hobby Lobby, and I added those with some of those 3M strips. Okay, here we go. Lots of windows. And I'm just going to back up here a little bit so you can see. But this is how I set up for my classes. Now I got the 8-foot table in the back, and then I got 2 6-foot tables put together. This is perfect setup as well when I have my monthly team meeting. The ladies can sit there. So when I talk about my Come Stamp With Me Tuesday class, this is one of the cards they made on Tuesday. And this is the Christmas card that they made. When I was at a convention, we're going to do one with a cow, we talked about, somebody mentioned coffee and a card, and they were going to charge $5 for a card, and then you would serve them coffee and a sweet. Well, living in Dutch community, I know that would not go over. Nobody wants to pay $5 for a card. If they're going to pay $5 for a card, they're going to get it from Hallmark. So these are my IKEA cabinets that stores all my punches. Go here. Here we go. So these are the old whale style. These are the steel rolled dies that most of them are alphabet that I've kept. I use them in scrapbooking and so forth, but those all hold either dies or punches. All right. So back to my Tuesday class. I decided to set out 4 stations, and they don't care if they get a treat or not. If they need water, I give them water, but they're not here to eat. They're here to create some cards. So the ladies will come. They will make 1 card. They might make 2 cards. They might make 8 cards. And that's perfectly fine. I only charge $1.50 per card. This is how I store my re-inkers. There you go. Now this is a nail polish holder, and it works perfectly. I've got it all alphabetized and all by color family as well. So that's how I process things. All right, here is my Big Shot station for when the ladies are here to stamp. There we go. I keep that out. This is my 3-ring binder. I have 2 of these, and what it is this is the birthday one. So I have it all organized according to theme. So let's see. This is Christmas, and then I have all the greetings that I have. It's not neat. It's not tidy. But it's very, very functional. There we go. Anything congratulations. So anytime a stamp set comes out with congratulations, I put it in there. Sometimes I stamp it in there, and sometimes I cut it out. So, okay. So that is very helpful for the ladies if they want to change up. Okay, we're going over here. Don't you love those trucks? Love that die. This is new for me this year, and I'm pretty excited about that. I advanced to gold status. Now, along with gold, usually comes a whole lot of benefits, but my sales aren't high enough, and so I really don't earn any of the trips. So I'm hoping someday that God will bless me that way. But for now, I will just continue doing what I do. That's my scan and cut machine. And this is where I store my paper, in this left lateral file. This one here is my hubby's. Okay, so he has a business as well. So here we go. A lateral file, side-by-side filing. Of course, there again I go, organizing by alphabet. I do not organize by color family because that just helps me to find things quicker. All right, so here's my bookcases that my husband made for me many years ago. And it holds absolutely everything I need. We've got baskets filled with ribbon, extra tape. We've got scrapbook. Some of those 3 reminders are empty. There's my movies, games for the kids, craft sale stuff. Oh, let me go right back a minute here. Don't want to make you dizzy, but underneath my cutting station, look at that. That's all stuff that is ready for craft sales coming up in a couple months. So there we go. All right, so we'll walk back here. You love that flower? Yeah, that took one whole pack of paper to make. It's gorgeous. I love it. All right, this is where I store my current stamps. Then I got that's my, what is that? My photos for my scrapbooking down there. Some tape. All right. This is where I store my 12 by 12 designer paper. These are the current ones. And so I'm not terribly fond of how they fold over like that, but I have yet to find another system that works best for me for the 12 by 12. This here is where I store our bills for family, for my husband's business, for my business. And got that from IKEA. All right, let's see. IKEA is the best, isn't it? This is my workstation. Pardon the mess, but this is what works for me, to have it all out, have it all handy. Oh, you caught me in the middle of breakfast. There's my protein shake and my vitamins. Okay, here we go. This is what I'm working on. Not sure what I'm going to do with them yet, but I took one sheet, a 12 by 12 of the Bird Ballad designer paper, and I just sat a couple nights, because I don't sit for a long time, and cut. I cut those all out, and those will end up on cards. All right, so just how I store my papers, my computer. Okay, here we go. Look at, there's my backyard. Isn't it gorgeous? Those are raspberry bushes out there. Yummy. Okay, so here is how I store my ribbon. All right, I got those from IKEA as well. The baskets hold, well, you can see my crocodile in there, some markers and pens, and by the end of the next occasions catalog, this thing will be chock full with current ribbons. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna move my chair out of the way, and I'm gonna back up. So, first of all, hold on. This is where I take pictures. This is where I set it up. The little stand is from a paper pumpkin kit a couple years ago, probably, and I use that when I'm taking pictures. All right, here we go. This is where I store my inks, my markers, my Stampin' Blends, Versamark, Memento, embossing powders. My hubby made that for me. It's based on the one from Stampin' Storage. Yes, many of you will use Stampin' Storage. These are how I store my embossing folders and my dies. Here we go. My cutting, my scoring, my die cutting, my trimmer, and this wonderful unit is also from IKEA. My husband mounted it on the wall perfectly so that I can have storage underneath it. Most of this holds treats or supplies for my craft sales. And then a lot of it is just for scrapbooking or junk. I don't know. Everybody's got to have a junk drawer, right? He also made this wonderful workstation for me. Isn't that great? It's got 31 bags there that I can use. This is where I keep my, here, I'll pull one out. This is where I keep my elements. There's my pearls. And what do we got here? Sequins. And I use our clear cases for those. Those are perfect. So this is my current basket, and I got some for retired. I got business papers, got some old 12 by 12 papers in here, and then there's a whole nother set on the other side. All right, and there's my wonderful darling pups. And my hubby also put chalk paint, black chalk paint on the back of it. And then my granddaughter started drawing on it when she was just little. And every time she would come over, she would just add to it. And I just don't have the heart to erase it. My goal was to be able to tack things on there. And that would have worked fine at my other house. But right now I have tables here, so that wouldn't work. So thank you, ladies, for joining me in my craft room. I'm just so thankful to share with you the blessings that God has allowed for me. He is good. He is good all the time, and He's good no matter what. So I thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you again soon.